morning, everybody. A little bit different today. No foraging, no in the workshop, not even in my workshop. Standing to you on the front porch of my little farmhouse. Thought, time to show you around the farm a little bit. See what we got going on here and maybe talk about why it is I moved from the city where I work out to the country where I have to drive an hour and a half in before a 12-hour shift and then drive home an hour and a half. Here's a view of our property from the sky. Some guy flew over last summer, took some aerial photographs. So you can see there's our house, there's the 5-stall barn behind it, run-in shelters for the horses, little drive shed, my truck's in the driveway, and I'm pretty sure if I go in close enough, whoop, there I am setting up to do some foraging. So pretty cool. What you can't see is our pastures actually extend a little bit further south, and then there's some compost lines beyond that. But that's an aerial view of our little farm, our little 6.5 acre little homestead. Should also explain that can't be doing any work right now. I hurt myself last week. It's been about a week, not exactly a week, since I grabbed a hot drift out of a hammer eye. That really wasn't a smart idea. We had just been using it to drift the eye into a hammer. I pulled the drift out, cooled it a little bit. I did stick it in water, stuck it on the anvil, put the hammer billet back in, and then we were going to be making another drift, and I wanted to grab the end of the drift to compare it to the stock we were going to use to show the guy that he didn't have to upset it, it was thick enough, not thinking that that drift was still probably about 300 or 400 degrees. What happens when you grab a drift that's about 340 degrees? Second degree burns in the palm of your hand. So as a result of me being stupid and hurting myself, I can't really work with my hand right now. So the shop's kind of sitting empty and unused, and it hurts me. It's a deep down emotional pain. My brother was out for a little while and he made a couple things for me for around the farm and for himself, which was good. But the rest of the time, can't be doing anything just yet. It's still an open wound, it's still kind of sore, and really hurts me to see all those tools just sitting there. But I'll start off by showing you the front part of the property here. This is from my front deck. You can just see that's Highway 35 running right there. Lindsay is that way. Toronto is that way. A little bit of traffic, you hear a little bit of noise. It's really not too bad, you get used to it. Here you can see the vegetable garden that my wife Sam's putting in. We had initial measurements in mind, and I think it came up quite a bit bigger. I think it's overall, I don't know, 30 by almost 30. It's not even the full size. We're gonna make it bigger. It's gonna actually extend to almost the driveway eventually. We've got composted horse bedding and horse manure out there. Works great as a fertilizer. Lots of weeds, as you can tell. But we've got tomatoes, onions, char, beans, sunflowers, I think corn. There's all kinds of stuff out there. This is the part where I tell you I have absolutely no part in this. I put the fencing up, I can't grow anything. Sam takes care of all that. She grows all the food, she makes it, it's delicious. She's amazing. I just build stuff. And out in the front pastures, you can probably just barely see, we got our 2 boarding horses. Nice ladies, they're outside 24/7, nice and easy to keep. Enjoying the less grass in our front pasture right now. I get to see horses from my living room. I get asked a lot, why is it you drive as far as you do to come into work in downtown Toronto? It's crazy, right? It is crazy. Let me tell you, it's crazy. But there are an awful lot of perks to living out here in the country. The horses from my living room is one of them. And there's all kinds of other stuff. I'm away from people. I got lots of land. I mean, I got space. Standing in my backyard, see the back pasture, back paddock. We go all the way down there to the tree line. That's all our property. Lots of room. Back deck with a sandbox for the kids, play structure, burn barrel, lots of sheds, lots of storage. An old drive shed that is eventually where my blacksmith shop is gonna sit. Right in that space right there. Eventually. Never soon enough. We've got a little family of chickens. It's very rare that they're all in here together. 3 hens, a rooster, and 3 baby chicks. Sam could tell you what breed these are. I couldn't. To me, they're chickens. But they're egg-laying chickens. So, farm delicious eggs. And a note about chickens. Everyone's all about free range and letting them graze and living naturally, which is beautiful. It's great. Our chickens have flourished that way. One thing they never tell you about is how every day is bloody Easter. Because when they're ranging, they're dropping eggs wherever they want, instead of in the nice little tidy nesting boxes I put in their stall for them. We've had to buy eggs. And when you have egg-laying chickens, having to buy eggs just hurts. So I opened up the barn. It's not huge, it's just a little pole barn. We've got 5 stalls, none of which are in 24-hour use really. Little, tack areas, feed rooms in here. We do have Lila and Rhea, which I'll show you momentarily, set up in this stall at night. Rhea's a newborn filly on our farm. She's 10 days old today. We bring her inside just because the back property, we hear coyotes a lot and don't want a mishap. Middle stall was for Emmy during the winter. It's been cleaned out, not really using it. More tack. And then we're using the last stall as hay storage, bedding storage, and for the 2 barn cats we own, Princess Peach and Bowser. And finally, we've got our little chicken stall here. They were in a separate building that needs some updating, so we brought them in. Hi, Teddy. Teddy's our little proud rooster there. He struts around as he deserves to. Nothing fancy. Those are fake eggs. Fake eggs. So why do I live out in the country? That's why. That's one of my neighbors. He owns about 250 acres. He lives about a 3-minute drive from my house, but he's my neighbor. It's amazing. Great guy, by the way. Comes over with his tractor, helps me out. Gotta love country people. But I'm not on top of anybody. I got lots of room. And to be honest, one of the best reasons to live out here is because I can have these girls. So, big girl over there is Lila. That's my wife's horse, Sam's horse. She's a 16.3 hand Percheron. Big girl. She came to us pregnant, unbeknownst to us, unbeknownst to the previous owners who said they tried to breed her, but it wouldn't take. So they left her as a pasture companion for an 18 3-hand Shire stallion. To quote Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park, life will find a way. So Rhea is the filly from a 16.3 hand Percheron and an 18.3 hand Shire. She's gonna be a big girl. She was born on May 17th. She was about 100 pounds was the estimate from the vet at birth. And she's now 10 days old. She's up, she's moving, running around. She's still a little shy. When I crouch down, she can come up to me, but we don't want to push her too early. She was up and she was born within half an hour, as far as I understand. It happened while I was at work. She was up, walking, and feeding within an hour. And she's a curious little girl. She's a lot of fun. And she's all mine. Look at the little girl, 10 days old, and she's already munching on grass. Or trying to. Poor girl's all legs. She's a peanut with 5 extensions. When she was first born, she fell over a couple times trying to nurse off Mama's udder because her legs are so long and she was overbalanced, and I hate to say it was sad, but it was hilarious to see. She's come a long way. Healthy little girl. And she's not cooperating. She does all kinds of cute little bucks and running around. She slips in the mud. It's hilarious to watch. Now I get a camera out. Nothing. People often ask, how big is 16.3 hands? Well, here's Lila. Here's her back. Here's my shoulder. She's a big girl. I guess it's important to note I'm not all that tall. I'm about 5'10". I'm not a huge guy, but Lila's pretty big. I think the estimate from the vet was she was about 1,600 pounds. She's a big horse. She's a draft horse. So yeah, not much of a tour. Maybe we'll do a bit more detail if you guys tell me what you want to see. But that's the rundown of why I moved to the country. Why I drive 3 hours or 246 kilometers every day for a 12-hour shift. I get to see wonderful views like this. Horse ass. All the time. But they're in my backyard. So all told now on the farm, we have a total of 4 horses. Full-grown Percheron's ours, the filly's ours, and 2 boarders. We've got 7 chickens. We've got 2 barn cats. We've got a fish, a snake, a dog, and 2 kids. It's a little busy here on the farm on a regular basis, but I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's not much, a little bit of a tour. Might do a little bit more detail if you guys say, let me know something you want to see, how we do stuff or whatever. Pretty soon I'm going to have to do up a sign for the farm. Sam and I have settled on the name of the Stitch and Steel Homestead, which I really like. Needs a sign out front by the highway. I'll leave a link to some other videos nearby. Most recent, like, share, and subscribe, see what you like. And yeah, we'll see you next time.